Hey folks, it's Billy D.K.Y., the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be my FWG brochure video. Basically, my second evolution of Falling the Way of Growth brochure. Like I say, this started when a couple Mormons hit me up on the road. And I was like, you know what, I need to have my own brochure. And so now what I do is I fold it up and I have it probably with my wallet or whatnot. And again, I don't go out pushing it, but if somebody says, if I see that somebody needs it or can use it, then I'll say, hey, you might want to check this out. So I don't like being obnoxious. I hate those Christians being obnoxious to me, so I don't want to be just like them. So I just wanted to read through this and show you what's going on and showing you what's been happening. So basically, here's the front, and it's I've changed the 9 common sense principles for achieving your full potential. What could be wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that. That's exactly, and I love it too. Got the leaf, got a little nature in there, and you may not be able to tell, but there's a watermark of some like leaves, and the paper's got a nice brown woodish color. Then all you do is turn it like this, and on the back I got my introduction, which I've updated that, and then I got the 9 principles below so they can quickly get a feel for what I'm talking about. And I'll just read the introduction. What is the grass doing? Growing. And notice how you may not can tell it, but growing is in dark green like a forest green. What are the trees doing? Growing. What have you been doing since conception? Growing. What has science been doing since iniquity? Growing. What has the universe been doing since the Big Bang forming? Growing. Then I go to the next paragraph. In short, it all boils down to growth. Here are the 9 common sense principles that will help you achieve your full potential. And you know the 9 principles, those who've been listening. Like I said, I'm just trying to give you an update on where we're at on the spiritual revolution. Okay, then on the inside, I got all 9 of the principles shortly, concisely as I can in that length of time. And I'm just going to read it to you real quick. Apply yourself. Nothing in your life is going to change for the better if you don't apply yourself. Talking, theorizing, promising does little. Apply what you know is the only thing that is really going to change your life. Many people see and talk about the decline of society without realizing they're part of the problem. They would rather lament the decline of society than to actually change it by applying themselves. Changing yourself is really all you've been given responsibility for. So I think that's a pretty good little section. Then next is baby steps. And I don't know if you can tell it on there. You got the like again a forest green and a little bold. It's got a nice look and feel, real professional. And I do it right here at my home on this computer and on my printer. Baby steps. There are only 2 ways in life that we fail. The first is by doing too much, which leads to the second failure of doing nothing. Intellectually, we've eliminated the 2 extremes by Mother Nature Intellectually, we've eliminated the 2 extremes, but Mother Nature has more to offer in a tree. A tree grows unnoticed on a daily basis. However, over many years, it does achieve the greatest success. This is why I say baby steps is the optimal way to grow. I get a little flashing going on here. Okay. Discipline. We all know it's easy to be self-centered, which is ego, to indulge in pleasure, and therefore it's absolutely necessary to discipline your actions against ego and pleasure. If you fail to discipline your actions, ego and pleasure will rule over your life. You already have a certain amount of discipline. You can grow that discipline by applying it in small ways to everything you do. So basically, again, like I said, I'm just giving a real short, quick introduction. People will know by looking at this if they really want to know more, which I'll get to the end here. Attention. Principle 4, attention. You can't follow anything that you don't pay attention to. Therefore, you have to pay attention to what is going on around you so you can grow with it. You can also develop your ability to pay attention by meditation and the like. I prefer sitting in a recliner and relaxing while paying attention to everything. Then I try to carry that way of being with me in everything I do. Principle 5, question everything. The truth is strengthened by question, lies are weakened by them. Therefore, you should question everything, especially your cherished beliefs. Can you imagine science without questions? Likewise, there is no spiritual progress without them. Asking questions frees your mind from lies and opens the mind up for growth. Accepting the truth can be difficult, but it is necessary for your growth. What you don't accept makes you miserable. Know your teacher, reality. Others can only teach you so much. The highest levels can only be learned directly from reality. Think about it. What are others teaching you? Reality. If not, they are teaching you lies. Eventually, you need to cut out the middlemen. Know your enemies, ego and pleasure. At the heart of all problems lies two things: ego, and the princely sense of self, and pleasure. It may be hard to believe, but if you follow any problem back to its source, you only find some combination of ego and pleasure. I don't know what this blinking is doing here. Alright. Seek harmony and peace. As you seek harmony, which is learning to be in sync with everything, you proceed from hatred and misery to love and happiness. Once a reasonable amount of love and happiness are obtained, you realize you're nothing more than let me start over. You'll realize they're nothing more than fleeting emotions. Again. When you let go of love and happiness, you realize your highest goal, which is peace, which people always get wrong. Simplicity. You have to learn to live simpler. When you focus on your wants, you lose sight of your needs. Fulfilling a want often requires giving up a need. Therefore, learn to give up your wants and instead focus on your needs and feel the transforming power of simplicity. I often say less is more, but not none. So anyway, that's just a quick little rundown of what's inside. And then on the back, I've updated my summary on the back and stuff, so I'm really, like I say, it's really just coming together. I'm really excited about it. I want to share it. Maybe, maybe you don't enjoy this, but nonetheless, you're at the beginning of a spiritual revolution. You may not realize this is history in the making. So if you don't realize it, it is happening. This needs to be done. It's going to be done, and if it didn't need to be done, I'd still be working at my job somewhere because life would already be so good that I wouldn't have need to get on a spiritual path. But that ain't the reality of it. Life is off course. Guys like me get woke up, and this is what happens. Okay, summary. And this is that statement I preached the other day, which I thought was really good. Imagine a spiritual path where logic, personal experience, science, and natural principles work together to help you understand your world and at the same time set you up for long-term success. Wouldn't it be beautiful to have a spiritual path that does not limit your ability to question? That does not limit your ability to think, question, or learn, but encourages it? Well, that is exactly what following the way of growth is. Following the way of growth is the next step in the evolution of spirituality. And then I got a little side note over here where they can go look the link up. If you would like to know more about FWG, you can visit FWG blog at blah, blah, blah. And then I got a little quote down there. Eventually, this will grow into a book, so like I say, I really like it, man. It feels good. It feels nice, and I'm proud of it. And then on the front, instead of putting my real name, I put Billy DKY, so they can go look me up at YouTube. And I put my email address there too. But so anyway, man, I'm just really excited. I wanted to share that because I updated and had a lot of positive energy about it. And like I say, I'm not about pushing these things out. I'm more about just having it on hand. When somebody needs it, give it to them. Or, when I sense that somebody needs it, I don't even look to give them out, man. I just make sure I have one with me when I need it, and I have some in my car. And, I don't know, man. It really is exciting to, sometimes it just don't sink in. When you're in the moment, you don't get sometimes that you're at the beginning of a major spiritual revolution. Making history here. I was watching some history last night about New Harmony, Indiana, and I was sitting there going, I don't know, man. I just I've got it down to a science. This thing works everywhere. And it's just going to be amazing. I probably won't even get to realize the full benefits of all this. It'll probably happen way off in the future. But nonetheless, it needs to be done. I need to do it. And plus, I enjoy doing it. So, I don't know. It's just amazing. Anyway, I'd almost be tempted to say if anybody wants some of these, I could send you to them or send you the documents. You can print them out. And anyway, whatever. It don't even matter. Later, folks.